Hello, Mid-Michigan, and welcome to high school baseball action here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Chris Bachman with you here at Clare High School today, where you can find our Barberry Law Studios built by Konwinski Construction. Also much love to Gates Drilling and Service, Bill's Custom Fab, The Bird All-American Grill, Clark Modular Homes, Wieferich Financial, Brad Malley Well Drilling, Malley Construction. Again, big shout outs to J&J Auto and the crew. Just happy to be here today. It is the Blue Jays and the Clare Pioneers. Whenever I say those matchups, Beale City, Sacred Heart. I also talk about some Midland, Mount Pleasant, Clare Shepherd. I don't feel like I really need to say a whole lot more than that. And this guy's selfishly excited that I'm able to be here today. Originally kind of had to make the decision of where was I going to be, baseball or softball action. However, well, when games got canceled earlier this year, the softball field was ready to go, but this baseball field was not ready to go. So this game got moved about a month or so away. When we were back in April, seems like a long time ago, but we're ready for the Blue Jays and the Pioneers. Shepherd comes into this game at 17-5, just dropped their first conference games this last week to a really outstanding Standish Sterling team, and Preston Conn was unbelievable on the mound in the game that we did. He struck out 16 Shepherd Blue Jays in that win for Standish Sterling and won it 7-1. Standish also won the second game as well, so they come in at 17-5. Clare coming in at 9-9 on the year. Haven't gotten in as few many games. Like I said, a bunch of cancellations this April due to some field conditions and whatnot, but they are now kind of hitting their stride and getting it ready to rock and roll towards the playoffs. And if both of these teams were able to win districts, this is a matchup that you could possibly see come the regional playoff time. Boy, that would be a ton of fun. So excited for districts in just a couple weeks. Beale City, Sacred Heart Academy. I make the joke to people, it's always not going to be those two that I'm covering come playoff time, but when two of our ultra-local teams share districts, got to be there for that. And so that is what's coming up for playoff action. We're going to take a break here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. When we come back, look at the starting lineup for the Shepherd Blue Jays and the Clare Pioneers. 17-5 Shepherd at 9-9 Clare. It's going to be Blake Sian on the mound for Clare. Caden Yunker on the bump for the Shepherd Blue Jays. Going to take a break here. This is the Woods Household Pregame Show. We'll be back with more right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Hey guys, it's Tanya from Clark Modular Homes. I'm here to talk to you today about who we are and what we do. Clark's opened in 1983 and has been centrally located right here in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. We have one of the largest display centers with around 12 to 15 homes on display all year round. We have a fully experienced staff. We also have an in-house project manager who can pull our permits and coordinate our job from start to finish. We are proud to have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. We are our own contractor, making it a one-stop shop for you for your home building needs. As the owner would say, we can do it all.
Brad Malley Well Drilling has proudly served Mid-Michigan since the early 1990s. We are family-owned with 3 licensed drillers and over 100 years of experience. We specialize in 5-inch PVC water wells and systems ranging from 2 to 12 inches. Every well we do includes a 5-year warranty and 1-year parts and labor guarantee. We are available 24/7, and you'll always talk to a real person. Call Brad Malley Well Drilling today for a free estimate. Trusted service, generation after generation.
Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill buys standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job, from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes. Blockco Pools and Spas is Mid-Michigan's #1 pool and hot tub destination that will turn your old space into your #1 destination. From delivery of a full pool for the family to the relaxing hot tub for after work for mom and dad, Blockco Pools and Spas does it all. Stop by their showroom on Remus Road to check out their beautiful selection of hot tubs and learn how you can build the pool of your dreams.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes.
Pure sportsmanship is the most important thing in high school sports. When it comes to your home or business, Pure Plumbing just might be the most important thing. If your plumbing isn't pure, don't worry, no one needs to see the other angle. For Pure Plumbing, call 989-644-8928 or visit mipureplumbing.com. Block Electric Company in Wademan has been powering Michigan for over 30 years. There's no job too big or too small for Block Electric Company, like an entire school or something simple at the home, like making sure the outdoor lighting, thermostat, or ceiling fan is installed professionally. Block Electric Company is a proud supporter of local schools and high school student athletes, learning skills in and out of the classroom to lead our communities tomorrow. Good luck to all student athletes from Block Electric Company, and go Aggies.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network, coming to you live from the Barberry Law Studios. It is our Woods Household pregame show as we get ready for the action of the Shepherd Blue Jays and the Clare Pioneers of what we got for you today. Shepherd coming into this game at 17-5. Clare coming into this game at 9-9. But this game always means a little bit more than those records when you get one of those US 127 rivalries. Just what Rosebush in between Shepherd and Clare, and there's no high school there, so kind of is the next stop on US 127. And this rivalry became even bigger a few years ago when the Shepherd Blue Jays joined the JackPine Conference. Starting lineup, we will start with the Clare Pioneers. Will be in the field first as they are the home team in game one. Leading things off will be number 3, Mr. Dane Alexander, playing at shortstop. Batting second, wearing number 2, playing behind the plate, be Mr. Andrew Moreno. Batting third, playing out in center field, and number 1, Parker Smith. Batting cleanup, and on the bump is going to be number 4, Mr. Blake Sian. Batting fifth, playing at first base, number 11, Blaine Bigelow. Batting sixth, out in center field, the speedy number 5, Brody Allen. Trent Francisco will be batting seventh, playing out in left field, wearing number 8. J.R. Most will be batting eighth, playing at third base, wearing number 7. And Walker Cyan will be playing at second base, wearing number 6, batting ninth. More love going out to our friends. As said, this is the Woods Household pregame show. Also love to Blocko Pools and Spas, Konwinski Construction, Weber Brothers Sawmill, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, E&S Graphics, Mount Pleasant Automotive, Price Up to Graphic, Joe Wentworth, Pregame Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates. You can see Shepherd out there getting some warm-up in, getting ready to go. As I look down the clock, we've got 3:48, and I often make the joke that when it comes to high school baseball, high school softball, it's a scheduled 4 o'clock first pitch. But a lot of times it can end up being 3:53, 3:54. You never really know. And again, I'm not knocking anybody when it comes to high school baseball and softball. Those extra 5 to 10 minutes that you get started could literally mean the difference between getting in game number 2 and not getting in game number 2. Meeting of the minds taking place right now. Dave Gould out there talking with the umpires, getting ready to head out there as well. Will be Mr. Mitch Weiss. We're getting ready to go, and I think I see Mr. Jack Narker out there, former Shepherd baseball coach, as one of the umpires, and so he's going to have to call it pretty tight today for the Blue Jays. I'll make that joke. Time for a break here. This is the Mid-Michigan Sports Network, back with Blue Jay Pioneer Baseball right after this.
Jenna Gates.
And Kyle Gates here. We are the 5th generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
Bill's Custom Fab can handle any job you need, from large-scale steel building projects to fixing your favorite stainless serving pan. Bill's Custom Fab can weld and fabricate anything. Call today at 989-772-5817 or stop by on Gover Parkway in Mount Pleasant. Good luck to all of our local athletes from Bill's Custom Fab.
The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, open every day but Sunday for lunch and dinner. Delicious pizza, the world-famous Bird Burger, handcrafted, fresh-baked subs, many apps, and much more. There's something for everyone at The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, where friends gather like family. The Bird, supporting high school sports in mid-Michigan for nearly 100 years. We have all seen this sticker, maybe in Mount Pleasant, Beale City, Ithaca, or Traverse City. There is a reason you see that sticker everywhere. That's because Dick Silva Auto Sales has been selling sharp used cars and trucks for 3 generations. Stop in to see the Silva family in downtown Shepherd for your next low-mileage, immaculate car and see why they're known for over 40 years of fantastic customer service. Or you can view their inventory now at DickSilvaAutoSales.com. Dick Silva Auto Sales, selling sharp used cars and trucks and supporting sharp student athletes. Powell Frame and Collision knows we all spend a lot of time looking out the windshield. So if yours gets cracked, dented, damaged, or destroyed, Powell Frame and Collision, along with their expert collision service, now offers expert auto glass replacement. Working with insurance, they can replace all makes and all models, including new advanced driver assistance system windshields. Mention you saw this ad and you can get $100 off of your windshield replacement. Powell Frame and Collision, downtown Shepherd. For over 4 decades, ENS Graphics has delivered confidence, trust, and peace of mind by providing their customers with expert service and using state-of-the-art technology. We all know in sports, what's on the inside counts the most. But when it comes to your business, school, organization, what's on the outside does matter. If your business needs anything printed, ENS Graphics can do it. If you want your club, team, organization to look good, ENS can help with that. They take your vision and make it their mission. ENS Graphics, a proud supporter of the Mid-Michigan community and their local athletes. Visit ENS Graphics at their location down in Ithaca or visit their website at esgraphics.com. ENS Graphics, printing all things physical.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Right now, Steve up here in the box and myself. You can see everybody's lined up for the national anthem, but I don't think we're going to have the national anthem rolling out unless it's coming from somewhere other than this press box, or maybe we can get somebody singing it or something like that. But we're getting ready to go. Shepherd Blue Jay baseball, Clare Pioneer baseball. Again, everybody's lined up for the national anthem. I'm ready to take my hat off and send it to a commercial break if we need to. But again, I don't know if we're going to have that national anthem or not. So what we are going to do is send it out to another commercial break here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Might cut things off in the middle if we just go straight to first pitch, or wait for that national anthem to get rolling. When we come back, it is Shepherd Blue Jay, Clare Pioneer baseball coming up here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. The Blue Jays at 17-5, Clare at 9-9, but throw the records out for this one. We'll be back with first pitch right after this.
Hi, I'm attorney Joe Barbary. Just like doctors specialize in areas of medicine, at Barbary Law, we specialize in getting you the best possible results. If you've been injured by someone else's negligence, you owe it to yourself and your family to call our legal team. At Barbary Law, we focus on one thing, and that's getting you the compensation you deserve. Every case we take personally.
My attorney is Joe Barbary, he can be yours too.
Konwinski Construction offers a full range of construction services on small and large projects. Konwinski Construction is a leader in the community and are proud to support those student athletes who will be leading our community tomorrow. Konwinski Construction on Gover Parkway, Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant Automotive on Mission has been serving local auto shops and do-it-yourselfers since 1988. Mount Pleasant Automotive is locally owned and carries all the auto part, car care products, and auto maintenance supplies you will need. Visit them online at mtpleasantautomotive.com. Mount Pleasant Automotive, caring for our cars and our local student athletes. Bogwai Banga and Bradley on Main Street in Mount Pleasant provides uncompromising integrity when providing tax and accounting services to individuals and small businesses in the Mid-Michigan area. Bogwai Banga and Bradley has an expert CPA ready to help you, whether you're an individual that needs help with taxes or a business that needs help with, well, just about everything. Bogwai Banga and Bradley is a leader in the community and a proud supporter of local high school sports. Visit them online at bwbpc.com or stop into their office on Main Street in downtown Mount Pleasant. Joe Wentworth with Pregame Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes, working hard and showing pride for our community. For all of your real estate needs, go with Joe. Joe Wentworth with Pregame Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, 989-817-1291. Brickner and Bunker Farm Bureau Insurance Group is Mid-Michigan's #1 team, for protecting what matters most to you. Home, auto, life, farm, business. They offer a wide variety of coverage at affordable rates with the customer service of a best friend. Visit Brickner and Buckner Farm Bureau Insurance Group on Pickard Road or visit them online at bricknerbunkerinsurance.com.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network as we get ready for first pitch between the Clare Pioneers and the Shepherd Blue Jays. Chris Bachman here with you. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Woods Household, a pregame show as we get you ready for the action. The Blue Jays, the Pioneers. All right, the Shepherd Blue Jay lineup leading things off, the speedy center fielder, number 11, Brady Robinson. Batting second, playing second base in this one, number 13, Bryce Smith. On the bump, batting third, number 7, Caden Yunker. Batting cleanup, Sam King, wearing number 21, playing at first base. Batting fifth, Peyton McCall, playing out in right field, wearing number 3. Jacoby Polzin will be hitting sixth, the DH, wearing number 25. Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 10, Jay Steering, wearing number 1. Batting eighth, playing shortstop, is Cody Wheeler. And behind the plate, batting ninth, number 4, Noah Clevenger. It's Sian on the mound, ready to go here for the Clare Pioneers. At the plate, Mr. Brady Robinson, as we are set for action behind home plate here in the press box as we get ready to go. Got Moreno behind the plate. Takes the first pitch, does Brady Robinson, 1-0. Second one coming over, that's going to be in for a strike, 1-1 the count now. Sian waits for the sign. Winds and deals with the 1-1. Robinson waits for it. Breaking ball, bends back over the zone for strike 2. Great movement right there from Sian on that pitch. Winding and dealing. This one's going to be sent out towards left field. Calling off everybody at shortstop is going to be Dane Alexander. And so a fly out to left field, shallow left field, but caught by the shortstop. Nice job by Alexander. Always really nice play when you're going from the dirt to the grass. Always tough there when you're trying to look up, make that catch, and not know exactly where your feet are. Bryce Smith now stepping in. Here comes the first pitch from Sian. Big cut that time for Bryce Smith. He was swinging for the fences on that one. Blake Sian working quickly, winds and deals. That one's just going to miss low. 1-1 now the count to Bryce Smith. Around the diamond, Moreno behind the plate, Bigelow at first, Walker Sian at second, Dane Alexander at short, Mast at third, and it's Sian on the bump. Next pitch, inside, swinging at it is Bryce Smith. 1-2 now the count. In right field, it's Parker Smith. Center field, Brody Allen. Trent Francisco out and left. I think I call them all center fielders in the pregame. I'll drop to my bad there. One and two the count to the number 2 hitter, Bryce Smith. Top of the first inning. There's one down. That'll be a punch out. 2 up, 2 down now here for the Shepherd Blue Jays here in the top of the first. And I'll make the joke. I don't got the mouse here today to try and keep up the scoreboard. So we are going to do the best we can here. But top of the first, down 2 down. Caden Yunker stepping to the plate. Two opposing pitchers going at against each other here. Blake Sian and Caden Yunker. First pitch swinging strike for Yunker. Great movement here in this first inning from Blake Sian on the bump. He looks excellent for the Pioneers. Here comes the 0-1. That's just going to miss low. But if you're going to miss with the fastball, that's the location you want to do so. 1-1 the count. 2 down, top of the first inning. Blue Jays, Pioneers. Mid-Michigan Sports Network, a local rivalry here on the action today. That one's also going to miss. 2-1. Sam King, cleanup hitter, first baseman, is on deck. He'd love to get an opportunity with Caden Yunker on the base path, pardon me. Here comes a 2-1 to Yunker. He's going to foul this one off the netting. 2-2 now the count. Due up for the Pioneers, brought to you by Blockco Pools and Spots, Konwinski Construction, Weber Brothers Sawmill, and Mumford Oil and Gas Supply. It's Dane Alexander, Andrew Moreno, and Parker Smith. 2-2 the count. 2 down. Top of the first inning as Yunker steps back in on the right side. Righty Blake Sian's got the sign from Moreno behind the plate. He winds and deals. That one's going to stay high. That'll run the count full to 3-2. Sian has the sign. Looks very casual out there. Then he turns and fires it at you 85, and you're not on top of it. And some guys, when they're out there on the mound, have always got that deep knee bend, look super, super focused. If I was to zoom in on Blake Sian, it looked like he's getting ready to have a cup of coffee out there on the bump until he turns and zings it at you. 3-2 the count. We'll do it again. Pitch number 7 of the at-bat here for Caden Junker. Sian winds and deals. This one's going to be popped way up there. Calling everybody off, trying to find it with the sun, and it won't be able to be brought in. I'm going to rule that an infield single because I don't think there was any way anyone was going to catch that one in the sun. But you now do have a runner on. Again, in the official box score, that one will be ruled an error. There's now a runner on first base. 2 down as Sam King steps to the plate. And with the speed of Caden Junker on the base path, I don't think they'll bring in a pinch runner for him. He is very capable of scoring from first base if Sam King is able to put one into the gap. Top of the first inning, 2 down, 1 runner on here for the Shepherd Blue Jays. Sian checks over at first. This one will be smoked out to center field. Brody Allen gathers underneath it, and he will make the catch. So the fly out to center field will bring us to the end of the top half of the first inning. Shepherd doesn't go 1-2-3, but not really able to do a whole lot of damage either. We're going to take a break, be back with the bottom of the first inning right after this. Do Up are brought to you by our friends at Mount Pleasant Public Schools, Martinez Lawn Care, Bogwai Banga and Bradley, and Powell Frame and Collision, Dane Alexander, Andrew Moreno, and Parker Smith. Back with more Blue Jay Pioneer Baseball right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Value is not just a price. When you buy something for your home, it's an investment. Knowing that you're getting a great deal and service after the sale is priceless. At Woods Household, we only carry quality products for your home at competitive prices. Furniture that is attractive and durable. Comfortable mattresses that last for years. Flooring that stands up to wear and tear. These are all products that last by trusted name brands like FlexSteel, Serta, Whirlpool, and many more. So shop the Woods way.
Blackhole Pools and Spas is Mid-Michigan's #1 pool and hot tub destination that will turn your old space into your #1 destination. From delivery of a full pool for the family to the relaxing hot tub for after work for mom and dad, Blackhole Pools and Spas does it all. Stop by their showroom on Remus Road to check out their beautiful selection of hot tubs and learn how you can build the pool of your dreams.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Much love going out to our friends at Dick Silva Auto Sales, Brickner and Bunker, Farm Bureau Insurance Group, Block Electric, The Diner, WW Construction, All Seasons Fireworks, Pier Plumbing, Hanging by a Thread, GNS Mechanical, and the Maryland Chapman Memorial Fund. Bottom of the first inning. Clare Pioneers stepping to the plate here. Leading things off is Mr. Dane Alexander, playing at shortstop today. Had a no-hitter earlier this year. We struck out 16 batters in just a fantastic performance. First pitch is going to miss. 1-0 now to Dane Alexander. An all-sports superstar for the Clare Pioneers. Plays quarterback, point guard, shortstop here for the baseball team. He's going to foul this one out of play. Count 1-1. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Nobody out, nobody on for the Clare Pioneers. Blue Jays left 1 on base in the top of the first inning. Caden Junker at the plate facing the leadoff hitter, Dane Alexander. Righty winds and deals with the 1-1. Big cut that time. Alexander swinging through it. 1-2 now the count. Junker steps back to the rubber. Behind the plate, Noah Clevenger. Stepping off is Junker. And I talked about the demeanor of Sian. You can see the lean down there from Junker. It's kind of a much more casual look from Blake Sian out on the mound. This one's going to be fouled off the netting. 1-2 the count. Pitch number 5 of the at-bat upcoming here. Bottom of the first inning, leadoff hitter up for the Clare Pioneers. And Alexander is one of those guys, even with Clevenger behind the plate. If he gets on base, he's going to be a big threat to steal second. Waves the bat over the back right shoulder. Waits for that one. It's going to miss low. That'll run the count to 2-2. Alexander steps out, kind of a half practice swing. Now he steps back in. Both teams out there in the white pants. Clare with the green jerseys, the white lettering. Shepherd with the blue jerseys and the white lettering. Breaking ball almost hits Alexander. Bends back over, but not enough to be a strike. That'll run the count to full. 7th pitch of the at-bat upcoming right here. Talk about a good leadoff at-bat for a ball game. Alexander with it here in the bottom of the first for Clare. Here comes a 3-2. He's going to foul this one off out of play. Shepherd's got several guys that you could consider an ace, but Junker would be their number one pitcher. And so what Alexander's doing right now, running up that pitch count, you absolutely love it. You get 105 when it comes to high school baseball. We're looking at pitch number 8 right here in the first at-bat. Alexander waits. Here comes the pitch. This one will be smoked down the third baseline. It's just going to be foul. That's a close one right there, but as I often say, best view in the house brought to you by Woods Household Appliance. It is those umpires out there, and they were right on top of things from behind home plate. Full count. There's also been 3 fouled off here from Dane Alexander, turning it into a magnificent first at-bat here for the Pioneers. Andrew Moreno on deck, wondering if he'll ever get the opportunity. Parker Smith behind him. Here comes the 3-2 from Junker. Fouled off again. Getting to the point where if you're Junker, you just say, what do I got to do to get one by this guy? 4 fouls on 2 strikes here. Count is full. Pitch number 10 of the at-bat upcoming here for Dane Alexander. Junker winds, deals. Fouled off again. You've got to be kidding me. Trying to think of the longest at-bats that I've ever seen in high school baseball and high school softball. This one is running up there. This is pitch number 11 of the at-bat upcoming here. And this is the lead-off hitter for Clare. First batter of the game. Here comes the 3-2. This one smoked out to left center field. It's going to get down for a base hit, maybe extra. Nice job out in center field by Robinson, quickly getting that one in. Turning the corner is Dane Alexander, but he'll stop at first. What an at-bat on the 11th, 12th pitch right there. He singles. Again, if you get 10 guys to go 10 pitches and at-bat, you're not going to go very far in a game. What a performance right there from Dane Alexander, going up against one of the better pitchers in the state as well, and Mr. Caden Junker. Now at the plate, Andrew Moreno. He's behind the dish for the Pioneers defensively. He shows bunt. It's going to be over for a strike. Great movement there from Junker. Clevenger behind the plate was ready to throw it down to first quickly, but back easily was Alexander. Alexander trying to get that good jump after Moreno showed bunt. Shepherd now checking him over at first base. Big hole in between first and second with Sam King holding the runner on. Here comes the 0-1. The runner does go. Quick throw down there. It's going to bounce away from Smith. It's in the dirt a little bit, but a good attempt there from Clevenger. I mentioned it. You got a great catcher behind the plate, but with the speed of Dane Alexander, if he gets a good jump, there's just no catching him out there. Now a runner on second base here for the Pioneers. Again, your boy's going to do the best he can to keep up here with the scoreboard as well. Those runners on base. Junker checks that runner on second, winds and deals. Moreno showing bunt once again, pulls it back. Bottom of the first inning, runner at second. Nobody out, 2-1 count to Moreno. Check the runner. Here comes the pitch. Just going to miss that outside corner. It's going to run the count to 3-1 for Moreno. Junker checks that runner. Alexander all dusted up now after diving back a couple times. High fly ball out to right field. Trying to make the play from second base is Bryce Smith, and he makes the catch. Now tagging up, very smart base running from Dane Alexander. Be one down, but that's going to work just as good as the sacrifice bunt for Clare. So Moreno got the job done, despite it not coming via the bunt, and it came a fly out. But A great job there by Bryce Smith, running in on that one to make the catch as well. Now stepping to the plate is Parker Smith, run around third base, one down for the Pioneers. Clare looking to go ahead here in the first. Junker checks, winds, deals. It's just going to miss that outside corner, looking to paint. 1-0 the count now to Parker Smith. Infield playing back again with that speed of Alexander. A ground ball would probably score him anyways without the force out at home. Just playing for that out, essentially giving up the run if this one gets put in play here from Parker Smith. That one will be over for a strike, 1-1. With that being said, that infield back, if you're Junker, this is a big time for a possible punch-out right here if you're able to do so. Clevenger ready behind the plate. Smith's going to foul tip that one, 1-2 now the count. Blake Sian on deck. One down here in the bottom of the first inning. We're scoreless. The Pioneers and the Blue Jays. High school baseball here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Much love. Kenneth Egger, DDS, the Fisher Companies, Schaefer's Bait and Sporting Goods, Almost Up North, Stitches for Britches, Gross Farms, Brad Gross Electric. Here comes the next pitch from Junker. This one's going to be grounded towards short, but again, Parker Smith did his job. It's actually a long throw over. It's going to sail over first base. It's going to hold Smith at first, though, as he kind of ran down the line, making sure he beat out the throw. But that's going to be an RBI single for Parker Smith. Coming in to score is Dane Alexander, 1-0. Clare Pioneers with the lead here in the bottom of the first inning. They strike first and still threatening here with just one out and a runner on first base, and their cleanup hitter, Blake Sian, now at the plate. He's going to pop the first pitch foul down the first baseline. Sam King gives a little bit of chase, but it'll get out of play. 0-1 the count to Sian. 1-0 Clare with the lead. Dane Alexander had an unbelievable 11-12 pitch at bat. He singled, stole second base, moved over to third on the pop-out from Marino, and then Parker Smith drove him in moments ago with the RBI single, the infield RBI single, the rare. Sian at the dish, awaits the next pitch. Lead over for Parker Smith at first. This one's going to be sent out towards left field. Long way for Deering to go, but he's going to be able to come in and make the catch. So 2 down now. Nice catch out there. Again, there's a lot of sun out there. Any catch in the outfield is not going to be easy. Not crazy wind like we've had the last couple games, but still a lot of sun, a lot to deal with out there to catch those high fly balls in the outfield. Now stepping to the plate, Blaine Bigelow with a runner at first base in 2 down. Clare leads it 1-0 here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Pardon me, Clare fans, for not getting that run up there. Lead away from first for Smith. That one's just going to miss outside. 1-0 the count to Blaine Bigelow. Brody Allen is on deck. 2 down, bottom of the first inning. 1-0 Pioneers with the lead. And one misses outside. 2-0 now to Bigelow. Due up for the Blue Jays in the second inning. It's going to be Peyton McCall, Jacoby Polzin, and Jace Deering. Bigelow digs back in on the left side. Is going to ground this one back to Junker. Takes his time with the throw over to first for the out. That will end the first inning, but Clare does strike first. They lead it 1-0 here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. We're going to take another commercial break to hear from some of our fantastic friends. When we come back, the Blue Jays are going to be back on the attack to see if they can get something going in the second inning. You're listening to Blue Jay Pioneer Baseball on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Back with more right after this. Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill buys standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job, from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes. Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back inside the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Much love to the Dance Again at Duresco Simon Shop in Wademan. CNC Enterprises, the Isabella Community Sportsplex, Mount Pleasant Heating and AC, Smith & Sons. All with our friends at the Beale City Village Store, Sydney's Judge's Bench, Dog Central, Barry Funeral Home, Boomer's Lawn Care, Doozy's Ice Cream Place, along with the friends at Almost Up North, Stitches for Britches, Schaefer's Bait and Sporting Goods. Heading to the second inning here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Clare leads it 1-0. Your boy's doing the best he can here with the scoreboard. Again, it's kind of funny to take you inside things here a little bit. Doing the absolute best we can, but when I don't have the mouse and you're out here at these baseball fields and things get a little dusty, it can be tough. Top of the second inning. 1-0. Clare Pioneers with the lead here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Peyton McCall stepping to the plate for the Shepherd Blue Jays. Playing out in right field today. Behind him is Jacoby Polzin, and then Jace Deering. That's who's due up. Brought to you by our friends at Malley Construction, Brad Malley Well Drilling, Woods Household Appliance, and Wieferich Financial. First pitch, Peyton McCall. He's going to take it for a strike. Sian struck out one in the first, gave up an infield single in the Spockman box score. The official box score probably has it ruled as an error. Here comes the 0-1 from Sian. This one's going to be fouled off down the first baseline. Great job by Blake Sian getting ahead in the count here quickly, 0-2. Call steps back in. Winding and dealing is Sian with the 0-2. He'll get the swinging strike. Second punch out for Blake Sian here in 1 1/3. Great start for him on the bump. And also you get to come out with the lead in the second inning. Just gives you a little bit more confidence as a pitcher. Now stepping to the plate is Jacoby Polzin, batting from the left side. Waving that yellow and black bat over the back left shoulder. Sian winds and deals. This one smoked out to center field. Allen's going to gather underneath it. Again, there's a lot of sun out there. He's able to make the catch. So a couple quick outs here in the second inning for the Blue Jays. And Blake Sian kind of cruising out there right now, you could say. Now 2 down, nobody on here in the top of the second inning for Shepherd. Deering now stepping to the plate. He is capable of tying this game with one swing from the right side. Sian winds and deals. Swinging at the first pitch. Outside is going to be Deering. Looks down the third baseline. Coach Weiss for some instruction. I just love the casual look from Sian out there as he's getting the pitch. Just, again, looks like he's about ready to have a cup of coffee or just have a sandwich out there. And then he gets into his motion very quickly. 1-1 the count as Deering steps back in. Sian winds and deals. It's going to be a foul tip. 1-2 now the count. On deck is Cody Wheeler playing at shortstop in this one for the Blue Jays. At the plate is Deering. The count 1-2 with Blake Sian. Here comes the 1-2 pitch from the righty. Curveball. Nice job. Deering went after that one very, very late. I think when he noticed it was going to break back over for a strike. I don't think he even went to hit that one. That was just a safety swing there. Give himself another appearance. Great job right there by Deering, staying alive, fouling that one off. 1-2 remains the count. So the left fielder steps back in on the right side. That one's going to miss slow. Now 2-2. Pitch number 6 of the at-bat upcoming here for Jace Deering. 2 down, top of the second inning. 2 outs. Whole lot of 2s up there. Shout out to Aiden Mendel and Bogwai Banga and Bradley. Here comes a 2-2. Deering's going to foul this one off as well. Pitch number 7 of the at-bat upcoming here. Deering, very similar to what we saw in the first at-bat for Clare with Dane Alexander, just kind of has that confident look at the plate of like, you're not going to throw strike 3 by me. Here comes the 2-2. And as I say that, strike 3 does go by him, swinging a little broadcaster's jinx right there. That is now 3 punch-outs through 2 for Mr. Blake Sian on the bump. What a performance so far. Going to take another break here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network to hear from some of our fantastic friends. We think about doing business in the Mid-Michigan area. Think about those people that are supporting these youngsters out there, thus supporting the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Back on the board right after this. Mount Pleasant Automotive on Mission has been serving local auto shops and do-it-yourselfers since 1988. Mount Pleasant Automotive is locally owned and carries all the auto part, car care products, and auto maintenance supplies you will need. Visit them online at mtpleasantautomotive.com. Mount Pleasant Automotive, caring for our cars and our local student athletes. Konwinski Construction offers a full range of construction services on small and large projects. Konwinski Construction is a leader in the community and are proud to support those student athletes who will be leading our community tomorrow. Konwinski Construction on Gover Parkway, Mount Pleasant.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. As we head to the bottom of the second inning, the Clare Pioneers lead the Shepherd Blue Jays 1-0 here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. A due-up for the Clare Pioneers, brought to you by our friends J&J Auto, Balako Pools and Spas, Konwinski Construction, and Weber Brothers Sawmill. It is Mr. Brody Allen, Trent Francisco, and J.R. Mast. Allen's going to foul off the first pitch, foul out of play, 0-1 the count to the speedy center fielder for the Clare Pioneers. Trent Francisco, the left fielder, on deck. J.R. Mast, the third baseman, in the hole. Junker back on the bump for the Blue Jays. Next one's going to be a curveball. Great movement, but it's just going to stay inside 1-1 now to Brody Allen. 1-0 Pioneers with the lead here in the bottom of the second inning. Shepherd Blue Jay, Clare Pioneer Baseball, Mid-Michigan Sports Network, and two of our Ultra Locals. Always awesome when the Ultra Locals get together. Next week, we will have Sacred Heart Academy Ithaca Softball. That should be a fantastic game. Then Old Boy Districts. Again, both teams got to win a game to get there, but that district championship could be Beale City and Sacred Heart in softball and baseball action. Those will be the big, heavy favorites. Clare Shepherd both have a chance to win their district as well, and if they did, they could meet each other in the regionals. 1-2 the count to Brody Allen as he fouls off the two-strike pitch. Here comes the next one. He holds off on that one. A good idea as it's outside. 2-2 now the count. Pitch number 6 of the at-bat upcoming here for Brody Allen. Very similar to what we saw from Dane Alexander in the bottom of the first here in the bottom of the second. The leadoff hitter for Shepherd's doing a great job battling, but he's going to go down on strikes on the inside pitch. Again, the broadcaster's jinx there. The two times I've talked about hitters doing great things, and they've got the jinx and gone down on strikeouts the very next pitch. Now 1 down, bottom of the second inning. Stepping to the dish is Trent Francisco. J.R. Mast behind him, then Walker Sian, then back to the top of the order. This one's going to be sent out towards right center field. Long run for Robinson. It's going to get down. It's going to be extra bases. Francisco's going to roll into second base with the 1-out double for the Clare Pioneers. And they are back in business with 1 down and a runner in scoring position here in the bottom of the second inning. Talk about our J&J Auto collision report, our Mumford Oil and Gas Supply drill of the game. And that could be something to think about right there as Francisco wrote that one out to right center field. Brady Robinson's about as fast as you get out there in center field. He got a good jump, but he still wasn't catching up with that one. Showing bunt up at the plate now is J.R. Mast. His first bunt's going to go foul down the third baseline. And one of the reasons why you don't mind moving that runner up, maybe sacrificing out going to 2 outs. With high school baseball, you get a runner at third. A pass ball can also score a run just as much as a hit. Mast steps back in. We'll see if he shows bunt again here on the 0-1. He does. It's going to miss. Low and outside. 1-1 now the count to J.R. Mast. Walker Sian on deck. Second baseman. Then it's back to the top of the order with Dane Alexander. For the Blue Jay defense, you don't want to see Alexander back to the plate with some runners on base. Mast shows bunt again, pulls it back, but it's going to be a called strike on the corner. Nice job painting there that time from Junker. 1-2 now the count. 1 down, bottom of the second inning. Runner on second base for Clare. They lead Shepherd 1-0. Junker checks the runner at second. Winds and deals. This one's going to be sent out towards Right center field, not going to be just kind of no man's land, the blooper. It's going to be down for a single, moving up to third base as Francisco. He had to wait for the ball to hit the ground before he could move up. Otherwise, he would have scored. It was a great attempt from second base from Bryce Smith to try and get there, but that one was just a blooper into no man's land. The old better lucky than good sometimes there. Mast will take it. Now runners on the corners as Walker Sian steps to the plate for the Pioneers. Big moment here in this game. One down, bottom of the second inning. The Blue Jays trail 1-0. Sian steps to the dish, a chance to drive in a run or two. High fly ball here will score that run from third. First pitch is going to be taken inside. And if you're Junker on the dish, the last thing you want to do is walk Sian here, the number 9 hitter, to get back to Dane Alexander. Again, in mid-Michigan, number 9 hitters would lead off around a lot of the other places. We've got such great baseball here. Sian essentially a second leadoff hitter. That's now a 1-1. Junker back to the bump. Short lead for Mast over at first. Next pitch is going to be sent up the middle. Nice play. They look to get the runner at second. They do, trying to turn two. Won't be in time. Coming in to score is Francisco. Fielder's choice RBI there for Walker Sian, the rare. Out trying to go to second was Mast, but now have Walker Sian on first. But another run does come in for the Clare Pioneers. They now lead it 2-0 here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network with 2 down in the bottom of the second inning. Great job manufacturing that run there. Same as the first inning. Now at the plate is Dane Alexander. Runner on first base is Walker Sian. First pitch is going to be over for a strike, 0-1. 2-0 Clare, bottom of the second inning. 2 down, number 1 hitter at the plate, or the leadoff hitter at the plate, I should say. That one's not going to bust back over the zone for Junker, 1-1. Andrew Moreno was on deck. He popped out down the first baseline his first time up, but you could call it a sacrifice to move Alexander from second to third. Alexander's first plate appearance, it was 11th, 12th pitch of the at-bat before he singled. He stole second base, moved up on the Moreno pop-out, and then was drove in by Parker Smith. This one's going to be sent down the left field line. It's going to be fair. It's going to go all the way up to the 333 marker. Rounding third, coming in to score is going to be Walker Sian. Into second with an RBI double is Mr. Dane Alexander. And you start to think about that Zade Bachelder Baller of the game, brought to you by Wieferich Financial. Dane Alexander making a case, as he does in every game I cover with Clare, no matter the sport. 3-0 Clare with the lead. Still threatening with a lot of speed, and Dane Alexander at second base. Andrew Moreno now to the plate. Came up to sacrifice the first time up. He's going to take the first pitch there. 1-0. 3-0 Pioneers ahead here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Here in the bottom of the second inning, a great start offensively, and in particular for Dane Alexander, who is now 2 for 2 in 2 innings. The run scored on a single, an RBI double. He's got a stolen base as well. And it's a pretty nice little Monday afternoon. 2-0 the count to Moreno. That one's just going to miss inside for Junker. 3-0 now the count. Parker Smith is on deck. Again, the Spockman box score has got him with an RBI single. The official box score will have him ruled on with an error, and that Alexander run coming in. That one's going to be in there for a strike. Moreno was already tossed on the bat, ready to take his base. I just feel like any time you do that, if it was a super close call, the umpires would say, nope, come on back here, buddy. 3-1 to count. Junker checks the runner at second. Winds and deals. This one will be fouled off. That'll run the count full to 3-2. 2 down, bottom of the second inning. 2 runs already across in the second for the Clare Pioneers. The number 2 hitter at the plate, who's wearing number 2. Whole lot of 2s out there, as Aiden Mendel would say, Shout, Bogwai, Banga, and Bradley. So much love to Martinez Lawn Care, Martinez Painting, and Martinez Cleaning. Mount Pleasant Public Schools, Powell Frame and Collision, Brickner and Bunker Insurance, Block Electric, and the Diner. That one's going to be a high fly ball out to left field. It's going to get down for a hit. Continuing to run on the 2 outs was Alexander. He's into score. Into second with the RBI double is Andrew Moreno, and what a start for Clare. They lead it 4-0 over the Shepherd Blue Jays, all on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. And you talk about a big momentum win. Again, Clare coming to this game at 9-9. Shepherd coming into this game at 17-5. Clare right now building a lot of confidence, and now taking third base on the steal is going to be Moreno, or I believe the pinch runner they had come in for Moreno. No, that is Moreno, the catcher, showing the speed out there with a stolen base going to third after the RBI double. 0-1 the count to Parker Smith. He's going to foul this one off the netting. 0-2 now the count to Parker Smith. Run around third base now for the Pioneers as Moreno moved up from second to third. 4-0 Clare in front here in the bottom of the second inning. Curveball is going to be fouled off. Great job staying alive there at the plate from Parker Smith. Clare with 1 in the first. Now 3 here in the bottom of the second inning. It's like a 4-0 lead over the Blue Jays. Junker gets ready to throw, checks that runner at third, winds and deals to Parker Smith. Swing and a miss, going down on strikes is Parker Smith. That'll get the Jays out of the inning, but 3 runs come across. A crooked number put up for the Pioneers in the second inning. They now lead it 4-0 over the Shepherd Blue Jays, and boy, Blake Sian has looked fantastic on the bump. He'll be back on the bump, and now with a 4-run lead when we come back here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Back with more right after this.
Bill's Custom Fab can handle any job you need, from large-scale steel building projects to fixing your favorite stainless serving pan. Bill's Custom Fab can weld and fabricate anything. Call today at 989-772-5817 or stop by on Gover Parkway in Mount Pleasant.
Jenna Gates
And Kyle Gates here. We are the 5th generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network as we get ready for the third inning. Shepherd's got to get something going offensively as they trail it 4-0 to the Pioneers. They have been absolutely outstanding, and in particular, Mr. Dane Alexander, what he has been able to do so far. He has been great. He is 2 for 2 at the plate. He has 2 runs scored. He's got an RBI. He's got a double and a single, a stolen base. That's a pretty nice little Monday afternoon. Got Cody Wheeler now stepping to the plate for the Blue Jays. The only guy to reach base so far is Caden Junker on an infield single. Blake Sian has been really, really solid on the bump so far for the Pioneers. Has struck out 3 through 2. Fouling this one off on the first pitch is going to be Cody Wheeler. Wheeler playing at shortstop for the Blue Jays today. Saw him play some third base last week. Type of guy, put him first base, right field, second base, left field, center field. He can play anywhere for you. He's going to send this one up the middle. It's going to be a hard play for second base for Walker Sian, but it's going to be over the first in time for the out. And so just the ground out to second base there is all that one's going to be ruled as. But it wasn't a good jump from Blake Sian, but he was still somehow able to make the play. And I think when you've got your brother on the mound and you might, you're going to make an error even a little bit more difficult to deal with at home because you're going to have to deal with your older bro. Noah Clevenger now stepping to the dish. When I saw Preston Kahn last week strike out 16 Blue Jay batters, Clevenger was the best one at the dish. He had an RBI triple to drive in the only run of the game for the Jays, and also hit himself another single. So he was 2 for 3 on the day, going up against one of the best pitchers in the state who's headed to Toledo next year. It's one of those things you have to make sure he clips that for his highlight reel. That one's going to be inside. It's going to hit him, so a hit by pitch is going to put Clevenger on first base. And that's a big deal for the Blue Jays because you're down 4 runs. Get that base runner on absolutely any way you can. We're in the top of the third inning. There's one down. Shepherd, Clare. Back to the top of the order for the Blue Jays. The runner on first base and Noah Clevenger. does look like we've got Braden Flegel coming in to run for Mr. Noah Clevenger so he can go get that catcher's gear ready. Back to the top of the order here with the Blue Jays. Runner on first base, one down in the top of the third inning. Robinson flew out to left field his first time up. First pitch is going to miss outside 1-0. With baseball and softball, so many times a year batters talk about seeing that pitcher for the first time, so the second, third time through the lineup, they feel a lot more comfortable. See how the Blue Jays look the second time through the lineup. Gonna check that runner over at first. Flegel is back easily. Braden Flegel out there pinch running for Noah Clevenger after he was hit by the pitch moments ago. We're in the top of the third inning. 4-0 Clare with the lead. One down. Big cut that time from Robinson. 1-1 now the count. Sian steps back to the rubber. Robinson looking down the third baseline to Coach Weiss for the signal. Sian checks that runner at first. Showing butt now is Brady Robinson. He's going to send it down the first baseline. It's really good. Quick flip over to first. Will be in time. Sacrifice bunt there for Brady Robinson to move up to base runner. Again, he's always a threat to beat out the bunt as well, but you now have the runner on second base here for the Blue Jays. And I think what Mitch Weiss is thinking here in this inning of let's get a run in absolutely any way that we can. Two down now. Top of the third inning, runner at second base for Bryce Smith. See if the senior can try and drive in the first run of the game for the Blue Jays. It's going to be on the outside corner for a strike. Sian has struck out 3 through 2 2/3 now. And a strikeout to end the second inning. That one's going to miss outside. It's going to get away from the catcher. That will allow Flegel to take third base. And again, it's such a big deal when you can get a runner on third base in high school baseball and softball. It puts a lot of pressure on the catcher behind the plate to keep everything in front of him. Smith steps back in to count 1-1 to the senior playing second base in this one for the Blue Jays. He's going to send this one up the middle right at Dane Alexander. A tough hop, but he's able to make the play over in time for the out. And so another runner left on base here for the Blue Jays. They left one out in the first, one out in the third. It is 4-0 Clare with the lead as we head to the bottom of the third inning. Due up, it is 4-5-6 with Blake Sian, Blaine Bigelow, and Brody Allen. We got the B-Boys coming up here for the Clare Pioneers. It's 4-0 Clare with the lead over the Shepherd Blue Jays. We're going to take another break here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network and be back with more action right after this. See if Clare can add to their lead. See if Shepherd get a 1-2-3 inning. Back with more baseball action right after this.
Brad Malley Well Drilling has proudly served Mid-Michigan since the early 1990s. We are family-owned with 3 licensed drillers and over 100 years of experience. We specialize in 5-inch PVC water wells and systems ranging from 2 to 12 inches. Every well we do includes a 5-year warranty and 1-year parts and labor guarantee. We are available 24/7, and you'll always talk to a real person. Call Brad Malley Well Drilling today for a free estimate. Trusted service, generation after generation.
Clark Modular Homes in Mount Pleasant are a one-stop shop from the buy, the build, and beyond with their fantastic service department. Stop in to see their selection and purchase options today on Pickard Road or visit them online at modularhomesbyclark.com. Clark Modular Homes, supporting Mid-Michigan youth in and out of the classroom.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Bottom of the third inning, Clare Pioneers heading back to the dish. Caden Junker back out on the bump for the Blue Jays as well. Bottom of the third inning. Clare leads at 4-0. Middle of the order coming up. Sian at the dish. He flew out to left field his first time up in the first inning. Caden Junker back on the bump for the Shepherd Blue Jays. 4-0. Clare with the lead. Great breaking ball there. A lot of movement from Junker, but it just misses low. 1-0. Sian digs back in. He's going to send this one up the middle. Base hit for Blake Sian. What a game he's having now. Great performance on the bump. Now 1 for 2 on the day. The leadoff hitter is on for the Clare Pioneers in the bottom of the third inning. They're just attacking at the plate and have been absolutely fantastic. And now bring Blaine Bigelow to the plate. He flew out to end the first inning. First one's going to miss low, 1-0. On deck is Brody Allen, struck out his first time at the plate. Defensively for the Blue Jays, it's Yunker on the bump, Clevenger behind the plate, King at first, Smith at second, Wheeler at short, over at third is Charlie Robinson. In the outfield, Jace Deering out in left, Brady Robinson in center, and Peyton McCall out in right. That one's over for a strike, 1-1 now the count to Bigelow as he steps back in on the left side. Blaine Bigelow playing at first base for the Pioneers, wearing number 11. Steps back in, waves the bat over the back left shoulder. Shows bunt, gets it down. It's a really good one. Only play for Yunker is going to be at first base. Sacrifice bunt moves that runner up for Clare, and it's been working so far trying to manufacture those runs. If Clare can get another one here, they're probably going to feel very, very comfortable in this one. Now one down, runner on second base for the Pioneers. They lead it 4-0 here in the bottom of the third inning. Stepping to the dish, Mr. Brody Allen. Watch out for a possible another bunt to be dropped down here from Allen. He's got a lot of speed. He doesn't show bunt. He'll take the first pitch. It's in high. 1-0 the count. Trent Francisco on deck. He doubled and scored his first time up. Allen digs back in on the right side. Yunker checks the runner at second, winds and deals with the 1-0. This one's going to be sent out towards left field. It's going to be just fouled down the third baseline. That would have been trouble right there. Already rounding third as that ball hit the ground was Blake Sian. Great piece of base running right there. He knew where that ball was hit. It was not going to be caught. It's too high for Robinson to catch it at third, and it was definitely going to get down in front of the left fielder. This one's going to be fouled off 1-2 now, the count to Brody Allen. And Francisco on deck. It's already doubled and scored. It's 4-0 Clare with the lead here in the bottom of the third inning. Allen waves the bat, steps back in on the right side. He's ready to go. This one's going to be sent towards center field. Robinson tracking back. It's going to be over his head. It's going to get up against the wall at the 3:54 mark. Coming in to score easily is Sian. But they actually holding up at first base is Brody Allen. A little bit of a mistake there. I think he thought the ball was caught. But it's an RBI single nonetheless. Coming around to score is Blake Sian. And it's now 5-0 Clare Pioneers with the lead here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. What an offensive performance against the Pioneers in this one. Runner at first, one down. They lead it 5-0. This one's going to be hit towards third. It's fumbled a bit, looking to get the throw over to first. It's not in time. Beating it out is San Francisco. I want to say San Francisco, but it's Trent Francisco. Moved up to second base is Brody Allen. Again, it's a single for Francisco. We've got runners on first and second now for the Clare Pioneers in the bottom of the third inning with just one down. The official box score will have that one ruled as an error. But the Spockman box score, we don't got any errors. 5-0, Clare with the lead. Here comes the pitch to J.R. Mast. This one's going to be grounded towards first. They look to get the runner at second. They do, not able to turn it at first. So now runners at the corners with two down there. Nice play from the Blue Jays to get that lead runner. Clare with the lead here in the bottom of the third inning. At the plate, Walker Sian. So fielder's choice for Mast. Sian, first time he came up, reached base via fielder's choice, kind of drove in a run as well. But again, when you're in high school baseball, you put the ball in play. That can be a big deal. Sian will take the first pitch for a strike. Runners at the corners, two down for Clare here in the bottom of the third inning. They already lead at 5-0, looking to add to their lead. That one's going to get away from the catcher. That will allow that run to come in from third. And Brody Allen had that little bit of a base running mistake, but it doesn't really end up costing him or the team in the end, as he's still able to come around and score on the pass ball. It is now 6-0 Pioneers with the lead. Walker Sian steps back in. They're going to check that runner. Nobody home, though. Nice job by Yunker not tossing that one, or it would have gone out to center field. 6-0 Clare in front. 1 in the first, 3 in the second, now 2 here in the third. This one's going to be fouled out of play. 1 and 2. Sian looks down that third baseline. Coach Gould for the sign. Now he steps back in. He's got that turquoise bat waving it over the back right shoulder and the green helmet. Green jersey here for the Pioneers. Here comes the 1 and 2. That one's going to be sent out towards center field. Robinson giving chase. He's going to be able to bring in the catch, but more damage done here in the third inning as 2 more runs come across for Clare. 1 in the first, 3 in the second, 2 in the third. With the way Blake Sian is pitching, it may be tough for the Blue Jays to come back in this one, but they've got the heart of the order due up, brought to you by our friends at Bill's Custom Fab, the Bird All-American Grill, and Clark Modular Homes. It's Caden Junker, Sam King, and Peyton McCall coming up for the Blue Jays to see if they can get something going. It's 6-0 Clare as we head to the 4th inning here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. So we'll keep things right here through this half inning. And if you're looking down there in the corner of the screen, kind of make the joke take you behind the scenes a little bit. Yep, we got the scoreboard up, doing the best we can. Your boy running the score, running the audio, running the whole show here. Shout out to Adam Gursky when he is here helping me out with the camera action. Always doing such a fantastic job. Top of the 4th inning, 6-0 Clare with the lead. They have been fantastic at the plate, and striking out 3 through 3 has been Mr. Blake Sian. Reset things defensively here for the Pioneers. Sian on the bump. Moreno behind the plate. Bigelow at first. Walker Sian at second base. Dane Alexander at short. JT Mast over at third base, or JR Mast over at third base, my bad. Francisco out in left field. Allen in center field, and Parker Smith out in right field. Dane Alexander's had himself a day so far. The leadoff hitter for Clare had like 11, 12 pitch at bat. Then he singled, stole a base, and was drove in on an RBI single from Parker Smith. His second time up, he had an RBI double and came around to score again. So he's done a great job at his shortstop position. He's got, 2 or 3 putouts as well. Caden Junker now stepping to the plate, looking to get something going here for the Blue Jays in the 4th inning. Trying to frame that one as Moreno comes out of his glove. Just going to miss. 1-0. Caden Junker's first time up, he had an infield single. Again, that could be ruled an error. Technically could say that Sian has a no-hitter going right now at the plate. It's reaching base. It's Junker at the infield single again in my box score. Probably ruled an error in the official box score. Then Clevenger was hit by a pitch. That was the only base runner so far for Shepherd. This one's going to be fouled off. The count now 2-1 to the number 3 hitter for the Blue Jays, Caden Junker. Junker steps back in. Got the white bat over the back right shoulder. Here comes the pitch. Check swing there for Sian. Or check swing from Junker at Sian, I should say. I'm going to say he doesn't go around. 3-1 now the count. That one's going to be over for a strike. Taken all the way was Junker. That'll run the count full to 3-2. Junker digs back in. Sian ready to work. That's going to be on the outside corner for a punch-out. Not liking to call as Caden Junker, but that is the 4th strikeout so far for Blake Sian. What a performance on the bump. Sam King now stepping to the plate on the very first pitch of it. At the first at-bat, flew out to center field. Put a drive into it. But able to make a play was Brody Allen. First pitch is going to be over for a strike. 1 down, nobody on. Top of the 4th inning here. Blue Jays Pioneers on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. That one's going to miss. 1-1 now the count. And Blake Sian, very fun to watch. He's got some great movement out there. And the one thing I like is he just kind of stands out there. Again, I'll keep making the joke like he's ready to have a cup of coffee on the mound. And then he just kind of rocks into a stance and zings it at you. It's kind of a different look that I feel like most hitters probably aren't used to see. 2-1 now the count as that one misses. Sam King steps back in. Batting on the right side. Big cut at that one and swinging and missing. 2-2 now the count. Sam King, another guy you could see on the bump for the Blue Jays, but he had a bit of a shoulder injury, so just now doing some work at the plate. The lefty playing first base a lot as well for the Blue Jays. Here comes the 2-2, trying to bend that one over. A little too much bend on that one, you could say, for Sian as it misses outside. Count is now ran full. One down here in the top of the fourth inning. Cleanup hitter at the plate, nobody on. That's going to miss outside, ball 4. And just the third base runner of this game so far for the Blue Jays. One via an infield single, one via hit by pitch, and now one on via walk. So fantastic performance from Blake Sian on the bump, going up against a powerhouse offense in the Shepherd Blue Jays. Again, when you look at this lineup, there is no holes in it, and so Sian, what he's doing, very, very impressive. He's not getting a bunch of Chris Spockmans out at the plate. He is really doing a great job. That one's going to get away from the catcher. Sam King doesn't move up, though. 1-0 the count to Peyton McCall. One down, top of the fourth inning. McCall at the plate, Sam King at first for the Blue Jays as they try to get the offense going. It's been all Clare so far in this one. That one will miss. 2-0 now the count to Peyton McCall. Jacoby Polzin on deck. He flew out to center field his first time up and gave it a good ride. Very similar to Sam King, as I was talking about moments ago, but Brody Allen was able to make a play. This one's to be sent towards second base. Charging in is Blake Sian. He gets the lead runner looking to turn the double play. It's not there, but a great intelligent play out there from Walker Sian, able to get the lead runner. And on via fielder's choice is Peyton McCall. And he maybe does have a little bit more speed for the Blue Jays than Sam King does, but there's now 2 down in the top of the fourth inning. Polzin now stepping to the plate, the DH for the Blue Jays in this one. Again, he's the type of guy is capable of making this a 6-2 game with one swing from the left side. He'll take the first pitch. It's going to be over for a strike. On deck is Jace Deering. Behind him, Cody Wheeler. Big lead for McCall over at first base. Here comes the 0-1. Polzin's going to foul this one off down the third baseline. It'll get out of play. Shout out to my buddy Jason Polzin. He's often doing the scoreboard in Shepherd when the Blue Jay boys are playing at home. Polzin steps back in on the left side. Sian ready with the 0-2. It's going to be sent towards short. Not an easy play, but Alexander's able to make the catch out there. That'll take us to the bottom of the fourth inning. The Pioneers lead at 6-0 over the Shepherd Blue Jays. Not a big surprise here on this one. I don't even want to say quote-unquote kind of upset brewing, but what a performance so far. 9-9 Clare taking it to the 17-5 Shepherd Blue Jays so far in this one. Send it out to a break. Be back right after this with more Blue Jay Pioneer Baseball.
Wieferich Financial knows it can be incredibly overwhelming to navigate the world of financial planning. With trusted guidance and easy-to-understand advice, you can feel comfortable in your financial future with Wieferich Financial. Wieferich Financial assists people in all stages of life with a specialization in retirement and investment planning. Experience the power of working with an advisor dedicated to your success. Visit WieFrichFinancial.com. Visit them in downtown Mount Pleasant. Call or text 989-953-7888. Wieferich Financial, member SIPC. The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, open every day but Sunday for lunch and dinner. Delicious pizza, the world-famous Bird Burger, handcrafted, fresh-baked subs, many apps, and much more. There's something for everyone at The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, where friends gather like family. The Bird, supporting high school sports in mid-Michigan for nearly 100 years.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Well, welcome back to it on this Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Dane Alexander back at the plate, much to the chagrin of the Shepherd faithful, as he is 2 for 2 on the day. He's got a single, a run scored, stolen base, RBI double, a run scored. He has been fantastic here in this one. He's going to foul off the first pitch to the backstop. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning. Clare leads it 6-0. They have got the leadoff hitter at the plate. Try and get another rally going. They have scored in every inning so far in this one. 1 in the first, 3 in the second, 2 in the third. That second pitch will miss. 1-1 now the count to Dane Alexander. Next pitch is going to be popped way up towards left field. Deering trying to make a play towards the foul line. He's going to come in and it will get down for a hit for Dane Alexander. And again, that's just good luck right there if you're Alexander, as that one gets down for a base hit. The official box score will probably have that one ruled as an error, but Spockman's box score has now got Dane Alexander 3 for 3 in this ball game, and he is a big threat to take second base. Andrew Moreno to the plate. Popped out his first time up, had an RBI double his second time up. Number 2 hitter, wearing number 2, steps in on the right side. Big lead for Dane Alexander. Again, if he gets a good jump, he's just got the type of speed you're probably not going to throw him out, even with an elite catcher like Noah Clevenger behind the plate. First one's over for a strike, 0-1 for Junker. Check that runner over at first. Back safely is Mr. Alexander. 6-0, Clare in front, bottom of the 4th inning. Check that runner again. Back again is Alexander. Again, you want to keep him as close as you can. Moreno digs back in. And there goes Alexander. Throw a little low. Throw's going to get behind. And now going to third is going to be Dane Alexander. There's no throw there as that one gets away from second base. And so stolen base, then moving up to third base. Again, you could call it an error if you want, but the Spockman box score just got Dane Alexander stealing 2 bases there. What a game he is having right now. Now Moreno steps in a much different situation here with an 0-2 count. High fly ball or something put in play will probably score Alexander from third with his speed. Playing in at first a bit over there is Sam King. That one's going to miss. Low and outside, 1-2. Great job by Clevenger keeping that one in front of him to not allow Alexander to score on the pass ball. 6-0, Clare in front. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Runner at third base. The number 2 hitter, Moreno, at the plate. That one again is going to be in the dirt. Great job by Clevenger keeping it in front of him. Parker Smith is on deck. 1 for 2 with an RBI single. Last time Moreno was at the plate, he had an RBI double. 2-2 now the count. Junker winds and deals. This one's going to be fouled off. Moreno's first at-bat, he popped it out down the first baseline. It was a great catch from Bryce Smith on the run from second base, going into foul territory down the right field line, but allowed Alexander to move up to third. He could almost call it a sacrifice. That one's going to miss and in the dirt again. Again, another great job by Clevenger, keeping it in front of him. 7th pitch of the at-bat upcoming here for Moreno as the count is now ran full. Still at third base is Dane Alexander. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Junker's going to step off. Wants another moment. Start talking about that pop out down the first baseline as this one's lined up the middle. It's going to be caught by Robinson on the slide. Quickly gets the throw in. Will they be able to get the double play? The throw's a little high coming home, and so will be a sacrifice RBI for Andrew Moreno. But what a catch out in center field. An absolute web gem out there from Mr. Brady Robinson, sliding to make the catch and coming up on the throw really quickly. Again, if you don't got the speed of Mr. Dane Alexander at third, I don't know if that run comes in. What a throw in from Robinson. But again, Alexander, just with that speed, is able to come in and score his 3rd run of the game. And that's the 2nd RBI of the game for Andrew Moreno. Now Parker Smith coming to the plate. Bases empty. 7-0 the score here in the 4th inning. That's going to be over at 4 strike to Smith. If you're the Pioneers, you've now scored 1 in the 1st, 3 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, and 1 in the 4th. You can put up a run just about every inning. You're going to be doing really, really good in high school baseball and softball. Second one's going to miss. 1-1 now the count to Smith. Junker winds and deals. Big cut that time from Parker Smith, swinging through the fences. Can't catch up with it, though. Be strike 2. Smith digs back in on the right side. Here comes the pitch. Just going to miss that inside corner. 2-2 now the count. Junker looks in it. Clevenger has the signal, winds and deals with the 2-2. That one's just going to miss. A lot of great movement on it from Junker. A little too much movement as it broke outside, missing the zone. Here comes the 3-2 to Smith. Big cut, strikeout, the third of the ball game so far for Caden Junker. It's actually the second of the day so far for Parker Smith. That'll bring Blake Sian to the plate. Sian on the day is 1 for 2, but what he's done more importantly has been on the bump as opposed to at the plate. He singled in the third to lead things off and came around to score. In the first inning, flew out to left field in his first plate appearance. Great breaking ball there, kind of having Sian bend out of the way, but it doesn't catch the high part of the zone for Junker. 1-0. And digs back in again, kind of similar to his pitching stance at first. He just kind of stands up there casually, then at the last moment gets ready. Long throw from short by Wheeler, just not in time. It's going to be an infield single for Blake Sian. Great job on the hustle right there. And also it was a good play from Cody Wheeler at short. It was just very, very deep in the hole and a long, long way to make that throw. So now a runner on first base with 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th inning for the Clare Pioneers. They lead it 7-0 over the Shepherd Blue Jays. Smith on the day, Bladen Bigelow on the day. It's technically 0 for 1. He flew out in the first inning, had a sacrifice bunt in the 3rd inning to move up a runner. 2 down. Runner at first. Number 5 hitter at the plate for the Clare Pioneers. At first is Blake Sian. He's now 2 for 3 on the day. You think about that Zade Bachelder Baller of the Game brought to you by Wieferich Financial. Sian maybe now challenging Dane Alexander a little bit for what he's done at the plate, and he's now 2 for 3 at the dish. So again, we could maybe split things up a little bit and go with the Wieferich Financial Zade Bachelder Baller of the Game for Sian and the Weber Rose Sawmill Timber of the Game. Mumford Oil and Gas Supply Drill of the Game for Mr. Alexander. That stuff we'll talk about in our Bird All-American Grill postgame show, but still a lot of time left in this one. Grounder towards short. Wheeler charges in. They'll get the lead runner at second to get out of the inning, but another run does come across for the Pioneers. They have scored a run in every single inning. The Blue Jay Bats are really going to have to wake up here in the top half of the 5th inning to see if they can make some type of comeback. We're going to send it out to another commercial break here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. When we come back, we'll see if the Blue Jay offense can get something going against Blake Sian and this really solid Clare Pioneer defense. 7-0, Clare with the lead. Back with more right after this.
Hi, I'm attorney Joe Barbary. Just like doctors specialize in areas of medicine, at Barbary Law, we specialize in getting you the best possible results. If you've been injured by someone else's negligence, you owe it to yourself and your family to call our legal team. At Barbary Law, we focus on one thing, and that's getting you the compensation you deserve. Every case we take personally.
My attorney is Joe Barbary, he can be yours too.
Mumford Oil and Gas Supply is your one-stop shop for top quality products and procurement in the Michigan oil and gas industry. With over 45 years of experience and a strong commitment to customer satisfaction, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply delivers the best solutions for your oil and gas production, drilling, and service needs. If you need it, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply can get it. Visit them on Fancher today or give them a call at 989-317-8582.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. As we head to the 5th inning, the Blue Jays trail 7-0 to the home Clare Pioneers here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Stepping to the plate is going to be Jace Deering leading things off for the Blue Jays. Nobody out, nobody on for Deering as he steps to the plate here in the top half of the 5th inning. First pitch is going to be over for a strike from Blake Sian. He has been absolutely great here in this one. Deering struck out in his first plate appearance. Had a good at-bat, though. Took 7 pitches to get him down. He's going to swing at that one foul tip. Quickly the count 0-2 to Deering. Cody Wheeler on deck. Clevenger behind him. Next pitch from Sian is going to be a swing and a miss. Going down on strikes again is Deering. That is the 5th punch-out for Blake Sian through 4 1/3. And again, this is a dominant Shepherd lineup. When you go through Game Changer and look at their scores, they have got a bunch of mercies on there. They have got a bunch of 10-run, 12-run games. But Blake Sian has been unbelievable on the bump for the Clare Pioneers to hold them down so far. Grounder down the first baseline. It's going to get through for a hit, and that was Tristan Fisher in with the pinch hit right there. So that one kind of caught me by surprise. I just now noticed number 2 was up there, but he comes up and gets a single. And that's his first at-bat in a long, long time. He has been injured for a bunch of this year, but Shepherd Blue Jays maybe with a little bit of a rally here in the bottom of the 5th inning. That'll bring Clevenger to the plate. Fisher will stay in to run over there at first base. Again, coming back from that injury, want to make sure he is healthy as he get towards district play. Again, he is one of the top batters for the Blue Jays. I think he was hitting over 600 when he went down with his injury. One down, one on. That's going to be over for a strike to Clevenger, 1-1 the count. Just joining us, top 5, 7-0 Clare with the lead. They've scored at least 1 run in every inning. Also put up 3 in the second and 2 in the third. 1 bookended right now. This one smoked out towards center field, but it's right at Brody Allen, and he nabs it. Looked like he may have taken a step the wrong way. Was able to come back and make the catch very quickly. A dramatic fly out to center field right there, but Brody Allen, he's got so much athleticism out there. He's able to make it happen. There's now 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th inning as we go back to the top of the order, and Mr. Brady Robinson. Brady Robinson in the Spockman box score, 0 for 1 on the day with a fly out to left field and the sacrifice bunt. First pitch is going to miss to the outside. 1-0. Bryce Smith on deck, who's 0 for 2 on the day. Yunker behind him, who in the Spockman box score is 1 for 2 with an infield single. Yunker digs back in. Sian checks that runner at first. Big cut that time from Robinson. Can't catch up with it. 1-2 now the count. Or 1-1, pardon me. Check the run at first. Sian winds and deals. He's going to get the corner on that one. 1-2 now the count. Bryce Smith on deck. Would love to give an opportunity here with a couple base runners on. So Robinson digs back in on the right side. Blake Sian checks the runner. Winds and deals. This one's going to be grounded towards first base, but it will go foul. We'll do the 1-2 again. It's Bryce Smith on deck. Caden Yunker behind him. Going to get a rally going if you're the Jays. This might be the time to do it here at the top of the order. Runner on first base, 2 down. 1-2 count to Brady Robinson. Clare leads at 7-0 here in the top of the 5th inning. Breaking ball is not going to break. It stays high. 2-2 now the count to Brady Robinson. Robinson checks the run at first. Winds and deals with the 2-2. Swing and a miss. It's punch out number 6 for Blake Sian. What a performance he is putting together. Strikes out 2 in the 5th inning. The Jays leave another runner out on the base path. Due up, it is Brody Allen, Trent Francisco, and J.R. Mast for the Clare Pioneers. They lead it over the Blue Jays 7-0 here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. And send out to another commercial break to hear from some of our great friends. When we come back, if the Pioneers do happen to put up 3 runs, which we've already seen them do in this game, they could actually end this game in the 5th. Jacoby Polzin is going to be on the mound for the Blue Jays when we come back on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Value is not just a price. When you buy something for your home, it's an investment. Knowing that you're getting a great deal and service after the sale is priceless. At Woods Household, we only carry quality products for your home at competitive prices. Furniture that is attractive and durable. Comfortable mattresses that last for years. Flooring that stands up to wear and tear. These are all products that last by trusted name brands like FlexSteel, Serta, Whirlpool, and many more. So shop the Woods way.
Blocko Pools and Spas is Mid-Michigan's #1 pool and hot tub destination that will turn your old space into your #1 destination. From delivery of a full pool for the family to the relaxing hot tub for after work for mom and dad. Blocko Pools and Spas does it all. Stop by their showroom on Remus Road to check out their beautiful selection of hot tubs and learn how you can build the pool of your dreams.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to it on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Big shout out to Blocko Pools and Spas. The Clare Pioneer offense has been as hot as a Blocko jacuzzi. Again, I don't get to drop to hot as a Blocko jacuzzi as much in baseball as I did during the basketball season. We had guys catching fire out there. But here we go. Bottom of the fifth inning, 7-0. Clare Pioneers with the lead. Again, I don't think they're going to put up 3 runs against Mr. Jacoby Polzin, the big lefty who's coming into the game for the Shepherd Blue Jays. But if Clare does score 3 runs here in the bottom of the fifth, that's it. You got that 10-run mercy rule. And if you told me that that was possible in this game, honestly, I'd have probably thought it would have been the other way around, as you've got 17-5 Shepherd and 9-9 Clare. But as they say, they don't play these games on paper. What a performance from the Clare Pioneers so far in this one, taking it to the Jays. They lead at 7-0 as we head to the bottom of the fifth inning. At the plate, Mr. Brody Allen. Allen's 1 for 2 on the day. He struck out in the second inning. Back in the third inning, he had an RBI single and also came around to score. It probably should have been an RBI double or triple with the speed that Brody Allen has, but I think he thought it was caught out in center field. Kind of stopped at first base. First one's going to be over for a strike from Polzin. The lefty winds and deals. Another swing and a strike there. Brody Allen quickly behind the count 0-2. Again, a totally different look when you're going up against a righty, and then all of a sudden you got a lefty out there on the mound. Polzin winds and deals the 0-2. This one will be fouled off, out of play. On deck, Trent Francisco, then J.R. Mast. Francisco on the day is 2 for 2 with a double and a single. Think about that Weber Brothers Sawmill timber of the game, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, derive of the game. Big cut that time. It's going to be a tip or in the dirt, but they will get the strikeout with the throw out down to first. So punch out for Polzin to start things off. And defensively, you've got Tristan Fisher now out at short, Caden Yunker at second, and over at third base is Bryce Smith. A little bit of change in the alignment there for the Shepherd Blue Jays. And Charlie Robinson was playing in third base for Polzin, but now that Polzin's pitching, no switch there needs to be made. Francisco now stepping to the dish, 1 down here in the bottom of the fifth inning. So great job there by Polzin getting the strikeout. Getting easier to come out the top half of an inning as opposed to the middle of an inning with some base runners on, but still tough to come into a game down 7-0. First thing you got to do is come in and throw strikes. He did that. Now, as I say that, the old broadcaster's jinx, it's 2-0 to Trent Francisco. Polzin winds and deals. Big cut that time, swinging through it is Francisco. And another shout out to my buddy Jason Polzin. We're on the scoreboard back in Shepherd when these Blue Jay boys are at home. 2-1 to count. Great breaking ball there for Polzin. A little too much break, though, as it breaks below the zone. 3-1. Now the count to Trent Francisco. 1 down, bottom of the fifth inning. Clare leads at 7-0. This one's going to be sent out towards center field. Robinson making a break on it, but it'll be down for a hit. Francisco now 3 for 3 on the day. Great performances from him and Alexander. You combine the 1 and 7 spots for Clare there, 6 for 6 on the day. That will get it done. Now a runner on first with 1 down here for the Pioneers. Stepping to the plate is J.R. Mast. Mast on the day has a single. Got out via fielder's choice and struck out his last plate appearance. Polzin's going to send that one over for a strike. 1 down, 1 runner on first base here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Clare leads at 7-0. They have scored at least 1 run in every single inning of this ball game. 1 in the first, 3 in the second, 2 in the third, and 1 in the fourth inning for their 7 runs. Now here we are in the bottom of the fifth inning. The runner on first base at the plate, the number 8 hitter, J.R. Mast. Mast is going to foul this one off down the first baseline, 0-2 the count. Polzin back to the rubber. Checks that runner over at first. Sends it in. So it's going to be popped up. It's going to get out of play. Count will remain 0-2. So we got the lefty looking right at you at first base. A little bit more difficult to steal over there if you're Trent Francisco as opposed to the righty. Great breaking ball there. Bust back over the zone for Polzin for his second punch-out of the inning. He had a lot of movement on that one. That's the type of pitch that, if he can locate it, is going to give a ton of hitters trouble. Now, 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Stepping to the dish is Wieferich Financial. He's technically 0 for 2 on the day, but in the Spockman box score, he has a fielder's choice RBI. I don't even know if that's a thing. That's just kind of what I wrote down on the deal here. First pitch, misses 1-0. That one's also going to miss high. 2-0 now the count to Wieferich Financial. Last thing you want to do is put Sian on to bring Dane Alexander up with 2 runners on as he's 3 for 3 on the day. Here comes a 2-0 from Polzin. Actually, he's going to check that runner up first. Diving back is Francisco. Francisco 3 for 3 on the day, along with Dane Alexander. Powerhouse offense today for the Pioneers as they put up 7 runs so far against the Blue Jays. That one's just going to miss. 3-0 now the count to Wieferich Financial. Sian's going to be taking this one here all the way. You know, with Alexander on deck, you want to attack this guy right here if you're Polzin. But again, Wieferich Financial's a great batter himself, and he will draw the 4-pitch walk. So that'll bring Dane Alexander to the dish with runners on first and second base here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 2 down. 7-0, Clare with the lead. And Alexander is the type of hitter. He's got the power to end this game with a swing at this point. First one's going to hit the outside corner for Polzin for a strike. Polzin back on the mound. Checks that runner out at second. Winds and deals. Again, great breaking ball. Just doesn't have enough break for him, but it stays inside and high. 1-1 now to Dane Alexander. Alexander set the tone in the first at-bat. It was like a 12-pitch at-bat going up against Caden Younger before he singled. Everybody's kind of taken his cue since then. That's going to be on the outside corner for strike 2. 1-2 now the count to Alexander. Runners on first and second. 7-0, Clare with the lead here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Here comes the 1-2 from Polzin. It's going to be grounded towards short. Not an easy play for Fisher. They'll get the lead runner at third to get out of the inning, and they'll actually get Dane Alexander out. It took 4 tries, but Polzin makes it happen. He strikes out 2 of the 3 batters he faces, and for the first time here this afternoon, no runs put up for the Clare Pioneers. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's Bryce Smith, Caden Younger, and Sam King due up for the Blue Jays. And I have seen the Blue Jays put up a 7 spot this year. Again, not while I was doing a broadcast, but while I was doing the Sanford Meridian Blue Jays softball broadcast earlier this year. It was Blue Jay boys putting up a 7 spot against Sanford Meridian in 1 inning. So they're very capable of doing it here, but boy, the way Sian has been pitching in this one, it's going to be very, very difficult. Much love to our friends, the Maryland Chapman Memorial Fund, GNS Mechanical, Hanging by a Thread, Pure Plumbing, All Seasons Fireworks, WW Construction, The Diner, Block Electric, Brickner and Bunker Farm Bureau Insurance Agency, Dick Silva Auto Sales, Mount Pleasant Public Schools, Martinez Lawn Care, Martinez Painting, and Martinez Cleaning, Ogwai Bang Gun Bradley, along with Powell Frame and Collision. Also loved Mallett Construction, Brad Miller Well Drilling, Woods Household Appliance, Wieferich Financial, Clark Modular Homes, The Bird All-American Grill, Bill's Custom Fab, at Gates Drilling and Service, and Barberry Laws. We're coming to you from the Barberry Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. If you're injured out there, you need a lawyer, don't call some 1-800 number and talk to somebody you don't know. Call Dave and Joe at Barberry Law, and they will be able to take care of you doing it locally, and then the money stays in the community as well. 7-0 Pioneers with the lead as the Blue Jays head back to the dish. Bryce Smith at the plate. He's the number 2 hitter for Shepherd, so you're in the bottom of the, or the top of the 6th inning here. Pardon me, as I got to reset my scoreboard here to make it the top of the 6th inning. Smith stepping to the plate. He's 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout and a groundout. Wearing number 13, batting from the right side. This one's going to be popped up, but right at third base for the out. So a line out to third base, quickly one down. It's been that type of day all the way around. Again, Clare has played the better game here today. Even the Shepherd guys would tell you that. But the couple bounces, if they've gone one way or the other, it's gone the way of the Pioneer. As Junker steps to the plate. Again, the Spockman box scorer's got him with an infield single and a strikeout. Probably technically ruled an error back there in the first inning, though. First pitch is going to miss outside 1-0 the count to Junker. 7-0 Pioneers with the lead. Dane Alexander 3 for 4 on the day with 3 runs scored. Trent Francisco 3 for 3 on the day. On the bump, Blake Sian has struck out 6 through 5 1/3. This one's going to be popped up high in the air. Tough play. It's going to get down again. There was nothing to be able to be done with it out in right field for Parker Smith. There was just way too much sunlight and a little too much wind coming in. So the Blue Jays will now have a base runner with 1 out here in the 6th inning. Chance to get a rally going with a runner on first base and Sam King to the plate. King flew out to center field his first time up, walked his last plate appearance before he got out via fielder's choice. Takes a home run swing at the first pitch and misses, 0-1 to count. Sian checks the runner over at first. Not much of a lead there for Junker. He knows in this situation, down by this many runs, there's no point in getting thrown out. Down by 7 runs this late, I don't know if there's much of a point in trying to necessarily take second base. Want to pile up base runners, need them loaded before you really can do anything. Well, not loaded before you do anything, but you catch my drift. Him stealing second isn't going to do a ton in this situation unless he knows he's going to be able to make it. Breaking ball from Sian just stays inside, 2-1 to count. King digs back in on the right side. Bit more of a lead over there now from Junker. This one's going to be smoked out towards left field, trying to track it down. It's going to go up against the wall. That's the hardest hit ball of the ball game for the Blue Jays. Holding up at third is McCall. It is a double for Mr. Sam King, and just maybe, as the old Lloyd Christmas Dumb and Dumber would say, you telling me there's a chance right now if you are the Blue Jays, somehow maybe you can get back into this game, even though you're down to your final 5 outs. 1 down here in the 6th as Peyton McCall steps to the plate. McCall 0 for 2 on the day. He did reach base in the 4th via fielder's choice. And last week when I saw an absolutely dominant performance from Preston Kahn on the bump for Standish Sterling, Clevenger, the guy at the bottom of the order, was the one able to make it happen. McCall at the plate now, runners on second and third. 0 for 2 on the day, but reached base last plate appearance. This one's going to be pop foul. Count now 0-2 to Peyton McCall. Runners on second and third for the Blue Jays. Still yet to get a runner across home plate here today. It's actually the first time the Blue Jays have had 2 runners on base as well here in this one. This one grounded toward third. Long throw from third over to first. They get the out, but 1 run does come in for the Blue Jays. And so McCall, again, what the RBI fielder's choice, I don't know if that's a thing, but I guess he didn't even reach, but sacrifice RBI, whatever you want to call it there, that's what's going to be in the Spockman box score. But 1 run is in for the Blue Jays, but there are now 2 outs here. Run around third base with Jacoby Polzin stepping to the plate with 2 down. Polzin did a really solid job that last half inning on the bump. Now see if he can make something happen here at the plate. Check swings at the 0-1. It's going to miss 1-1. 2 down. Top of the 6th inning. The Blue Jays do get a run across to make it 7-1. Sian winds and deals the 1-1 to Jacoby Polzin. It's going to be over for a strike. 1-2 now the count to the number 6 hitter for the Blue Jays. Jacoby Polzin started this game as the DH. He's now out on the bump. Struck out 2 of the 3 outs in the last half inning for the Jays. He's going to take that one, 2-2. 7-1, Clare with the lead here in the top of the 6th inning. Blake Sian has been absolutely dominant for the Pioneers here in this one. as he winds and deals again. Foul tip there for Polzin to stay alive at the plate. Count remains 2-2. Polzin flew out to center field his first time up. We've grounded out, and that fourth inning is last time up. Here comes the 2-2. Polzin awaits it. It's going to miss high and outside. 3-2 now the count to Jacoby Polzin. Runner at third base is Sam King. If you're the Blue Jays, you got to get this guy in from third. Heading towards that seventh inning, trailing by 6 runs right now. This one's going to be smoked out towards right center field. It's going to be gone! Polzin with the blast to deep center field. Polzin goes yard. It makes it 7-3. I just said moments ago, you got to get that run in from third base. I wasn't talking about Polzin bringing them both in. It is now 7-3 and maybe a little momentum swinging the way of the Blue Jay after the 2-run bomb from Jacoby Polzin right in between the 343 and 354 sign. Again, you don't see a lot of home runs in high school baseball, but that one was absolutely crushed. Brody Allen turned around, looked at it for a moment, and stopped giving chase because he knew it was out of here. Now Jake Travis stepping up to the plate for the Blue Jays. Pinch hitter coming in for Deering. Takes a couple big cuts, can't catch up with them. 2 down here. 6th inning, 3-7. Now the score. So the Blue Jays do get a couple across here in the 6th inning. There's going to be a foul tip. Travis will stay alive at the plate. Tristan Fisher is on deck for the Blue Jays. He singled his first time up in quite some time as he's coming back from injury. That one's going to miss 1-2 now the count. 7-3 the score after the 2-run bomb from Jacoby Polzin moments ago. All 3 of these runs in the 6th inning coming with 2 outs for the Shepherd Blue Jays. There's going to be a punch-out. Travis is going to go down on strikes. That'll do it here in the 6th inning for the Blue Jays, but they do put up a crooked number, getting that 3 spot up there, coming around to score for the Blue Jays was a Mr. Caden Yunker. And that was a sack. Yeah, then it was the 2-run home run from Jacoby Polzin. It is 7-3 as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. We may now have ourselves a ball game in this one. The Clare Bats continue to do what they do, though. It could spell more trouble for the Blue Jays, but Polzin in his relief effort, now think about what Polzin's now done since he came into the game as a pitcher. He struck out 2 of the 3 batters, or 2 of the 3 outs in that 5th inning. Get Clare to put up a 0 for the first time, and then what does he do at the plate? Hits a 2-run bomb in the 6th inning. Big lefty's back out on the mound. It will be the heart of the order coming up for Clare. 2, 3, 4, Andrew Moreno, Parker Smith, and Blake Sian. Again, think about that Zade Bachelder Baller of the game, brought to you by Wieferich Financial. Our Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber of the game. Mumford Oil and Gas Supply Drill of the game. Bill's Custom Fab Fabrication of the game. It's got to be the bomb from Polzin out to deep right center field. It was just an absolute blast. 7-3 the score here, heading to the bottom of the 6th inning. 2-3-4 due up for the Pioneers. You get the feeling if Shepherd's going to have a chance to make a comeback in this game, they're going to have to give, well, not necessarily go 2-3-4, 1-2-3 here, but you cannot let another run come across for Clare. 7-3, the Clare Pioneers lead it. Bottom of the 6th inning. A 3 spot just put up moments ago from Shepherd. Try and give some Blue Jays the momentum in the late innings. Polzin's back out on the bump after hitting a home run moments ago. First pitch from the big lefty is going to curve inside. Here comes the 1-0 from Polzin. That one's over for a strike, 1-1. Parker Smith on deck. Blake Sian behind him. Smith 1 for 3 on the day. Sian 2 for 3 on the day. Pair of singles and a run scored. Here comes the 1-1 from Jacoby Polzin. It's going to be popped up high. Again, in a difficult spot. Robinson's going to gather underneath it in center field. The wind kind of carries him a little bit, but he still brings in the catch. Whew. That is not an easy play out there. That's the type of play that reminds me of, you don't ever have me ruling a whole lot of errors when it comes to high school baseball and softball, because you get the wind out there rolling, you get the sun out there shining. It is not easy to bring in those balls in the outfield, especially when you got to go 10, 20 feet. Stop, gather yourself, then go back 2, 3 feet the other way as the wind carries the baseball. First curveball is over for a strike to Parker Smith from Jacoby Polzin. Polzin winds and deals. This one's grounded down towards third. It will be foul. 0-2 now the count for Parker Smith. Jacoby Polzin. Checks, winds, deals. Be a swing and a miss. It's in the dirt, but they'll have to throw it down, and they will be able to in time. That is the third punch-out now for Jacoby Polzin. Whew, he has been solid since he came into the game. That'll now bring Blake Sian to the plate. Two pitching counterparts of the ball game right now going up against each other. 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. That one's just going to miss. Again, great movement out there for Polzin. That one just broke a little too far inside. The lefty curveball. Winds and deals again. That one's going to be located low in the zone for a strike. 1-1 now the count to Blake Sian. Blaine Bigelow on deck. Love to get an opportunity here in the 6th inning with a runner on base. 2 down in the bottom of the 6th inning. Nobody on. That one's going to miss high for Polzin. 2-1 now the count to Blake Sian. Sian, the cleanup hitter in this one for the Pioneers. He has been excellent on the mound. Didn't give up a thing till that 6th inning where he gave up 3 runs. But again, this is a Blue Jay lineup that coming into this game and didn't break down all the averages, but they're probably around double digits per game runs scored. So he has been fantastic for Clare in this one. 3-1 now the count. Polzin's going to miss low with that one. It'll be a walk surrender to Blake Sian. That is his 3rd time on the base path here today. He came around to score in the 3rd, was stranded in the 4th. Blaine Bigelow now stepping to the plate. He's technically 0 for 2 on the day. Dropped down a beautiful sacrifice bunt back in the 3rd inning. Courtesy runner coming in for the Pioneers is going to be Ethan Kingsbury coming in to run for Blake Sian as he goes back to the dugout and gets ready. Runner on first here. 2 down. Blaine Bigelow stepping to the plate for the Pioneers. Lefty versus lefty. This one's sent out towards center field. It'll be a base hit fielded by Brady Robinson. He able to get it in time. The runner not able to advance to third, but now runners on first and second here with 2 down for Clare. And that will bring a Brody Allen to the plate with 2 on and 2 down. Allen on the day, 1 for 3. RBI single back in the 3rd. He scored. He struck out his other 2 plate appearances. 2 down, 2 runners on, 7-3 the score. Get the feeling if Clare gets another run or 2 across here, it's really going to put momentum back in the green and white and make things very, very difficult in the top half of the 7th for the Blue Jays. As it stands right now, they just put up the crooked number in the 6th. Maybe you can do it again in the 7th. That one's going to miss outside for Polzin to Brody Allen. Sam King not holding that runner on first. Not really holding that runner on second very much either. They're able to get big leads out there. This one grounded right up the middle. It's going to be a base hit. Rounding third, coming in to score. They're going to have a chance to get him. It's going to be a close play. He's safe as he beat it with the tag. Ethan Kingsbury with a beautiful slide to get in safely. And it's going to be another RBI hit for Brody Allen. Another RBI single, his 2nd of the ball game, and another run is across for Clare. It's now 8-3, and what a big momentum shift right there. Runners remain on first and second as Trent Francisco steps to the plate. He is 3 for 3 on the day. The double a run scored in the 2nd, singled in the 3rd, singled in the 5th, was stranded both times. 8-3 Shepherd with the lead, putting up a run here in the bottom of the 6th inning with 2 outs. Big time. Breaking ball is going to stay high for Polzin. 1-0 the count to Trent Francisco, the left fielder for the Clare Pioneers. Here comes the 1-0. That one also going to stay high. 2-0 now to Francisco. Polzin back on the bump. Checks that runner at second. Winds and deals. Check swing. Going to get the outside corner. J.R. Mast is on deck. Right now, Trent Francisco at the plate, who's 3 for 3 on the day. Chance to drive in a run here with that runner on second base. This one's going to be fouled off the press box. 2-2 now the count. 2 down, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A whole lot of 2s up there. Shout out to Bogwai, Bangum, Bradley, and my main man, Aiden Mandel. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. It's going to bounce up there. It's going to get away from the catcher. That will allow the runners to move up to second and third. So you've now got Bigelow at third. At second is Brody Allen. Clare is threatening here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the technical walk-off run, and Trent Francisco is at the plate. Inning started with Moreno and Smith both getting out, so there was 2 down before any of the damage started here. It's a high fly ball down the first baseline. King wants to make the play, and he will make the catch in foul territory. We're headed to the top of the 7th inning. The Blue Jays, it is do or die time, but a big insurance run put up there in the bottom of the 6th inning by the Clare Pioneers. It's now 8-3 as we head to the top of the 7th inning. The Shepherd Blue Jays down to their final 3 outs of this ball game. Due up for the Blue Jays in the top half of the 7th to see if they can tie this game up, close the gap. It will be Tristan Fisher, Noah Clevenger, then back to the top of the order with Mr. Brady Robinson. So a good part of the order. Again, with these 2 teams, you don't really have your typical number 9 hitters. They're essentially second leadoff hitters. And so you could definitely going to wind it back to the top of the order here for the Blue Jays. Now the problem is Blake Sian is back out on the bump. According to Steve Spranger, Dane Alexander was at the MHSA exposure camp in Jenison this morning for a little football action. Boy, he's getting a workout in today, and as I mentioned, he is 3 for 4 on the day. Think about that Weber Brothers Sawmill timber of the game. Again, Polzin's going to have to get a tip of the cap as well because that blast that he hit out to center field. But Trent Francisco and Dane Alexander now combined 6 for 8 on the day. Blake Sian, a few more warm-up pitches to get ready here for the 7th inning. And he can close it out here. But even if the Shepherd Blue Jays put up 6-7 runs to take the lead, Clare will have another opportunity in the bottom of the 7th inning, no matter what happens here. Pulling up the game changer here. See if we can see the number of pitches exactly here for Blake Sian to see if it rolls up here. And I got the Shepherd game changer open. I guess it could be different from the Clare game changer, but here we go. Tristan Fisher leading things off here in the 7th inning. Takes a cut at the first pitch and misses 0-1. Final 3 outs here for the Blue Jays. They need at least 5 runs. Again, they've got the offense that's capable of doing that, but Blake Sian has been his day so far on the bump. He's at pitch number 92. And so Shepherd, if you're very patient, you could have him come out of this game if you get a couple guys on, which could be a big, big deal in this one. It's always a sticky situation for a reliever to have to come into a game in the top or bottom of the 7th inning with a couple runners on. Clare, Coach Cooley definitely want Sian to close this one out. That one's going to be over for a strike. 2-2. Now the count to Noah Clevenger. Or pardon me, it's Tristan Fisher. Clevenger is due up next. That's a whoopsie-daisy on the box score there. Top half of the 7th. Final 3 outs here for the Blue Jays unless they can make a big rally. Fisher cuts at that one. It will be another punch-out for Sian. Make it 7 through 6 1/3 for Blake Sian on the bump. They'll now bring Clevenger to the plate. Clevenger was hit by a pitch in his first plate appearance and flew out to center field his last time up. Clevenger open stance, batting on the right side. Sian winds and deals. Gonna miss low on the strike zone there. That's now pitch 96. On deck is Brady Robinson's back to the top of the order for the Blue Jays after this. Clevenger takes a cut at the cheese on the outside. Can't catch up. 1-1 now the count. What a performance so far from Blake Sian. Looking to close this one out and get the complete game against this really, really good Shepherd Blue Jay lineup. As I say that, it misses inside. The old broadcaster's jinx is kind of looming large today. If I bring something up, it's most likely going to happen the opposite way for the youngster that wants it to go down. That one's going to be over for a strike. 2-2 now the count to Clevenger. Clevenger steps back in. Back of the batter's box on the right side. That one's going to bounce up there. That'll run the count full to 3-2 to Noah Clevenger. Umpire hands a new baseball to Andrew Moreno. Sends it out to Sian on the bump. Here comes the 3-2. One down, top of the seventh inning. It's going to be grounded towards third base. Not an easy play. It's a long throw across the diamond with the speed of Clevenger, but making the throw is Mast. Great defense at third base from J.R. Mast on that one. He took his time on it and said, Clevenger, if you're going to beat the throw, go ahead, but I'm going to make a very accurate throw here. That's exactly what he did. He got the out, and now at 101 pitches, is Blake Sian stepping to the dish as Brady Robinson. And so if Robinson sees 4 pitches here, somehow gets on, you will have to have a new pitcher in this ball game for the Clare Pioneers. But the way Sian has played today, you know he wants to close this one out. Now the umpires getting together, they might be double checking on the pitch count here, as saying, hey, you've only got so many left, right? And so they're kind of looking down towards the third baseline, and maybe they had that as 105. I've got it in my book as this is going to be number 102. Or not in my book, it's on the Game Changer. Robinson stepping to the plate. Nobody on. 2 down. Now a final out for the Blue Jays here. Robinson takes a cut at that first pitch. He's 0 for 2 on the day. He also has a sacrifice bunt. Robinson steps back out. Pitch from Sian. That one's going to miss. 1-1. Sian knows could be the last batter he has a chance to face. Knows he's got to get him here to try and get that complete game. Here comes the 1-1. Robinson takes a big cut at that one. He's going to foul it off. 1-2. The Blue Jays down to their final strike here, trailing 8-3 in the top of the 7th inning. Blake Sian looking for the complete game for the Pioneers. He winds, he deals. This one's going to be popped up. Sian's going to call everybody off, and he's going to make the catch to end the game as well. What a fitting way to end it on a pop-out to the pitcher. A game that was absolutely dominated by Blake Sian. He strikes out 7 Blue Jays through 7, does his job at the plate as well. What a fantastic performance holding down this just great Blue Jay lineup through 6 of 7 innings. Just that 2-run home run from Jacoby Polzin. Probably the only thing that you'll, darn it, if you're Blake Sian in this one. But the Pioneers win it. They moved to 10-9 on the year. Now 17-6 on the year for the Shepherd Blue Jays. They will play another one here after they get themselves some food. And we're going to take a break here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. When we come back, we will have our Bird All-American Grill postgame show where we talk about some of these accolades. What a performance it was from Blake Sian on the mound. We'll talk about him and a whole lot more when we come back in our Bird All-American Grill postgame show right after this.
Hello, I'm Mike Stanton, and I'm honored to represent the Maryland Chapman Memorial Fund, created to honor Maryland's legacy of generosity, compassion, and commitment to our community. At its core, our mission is simple: to support our youth, remove barriers, and create opportunities for kids to grow, compete, and succeed, both in their community and in the game of life. We are incredibly excited to support the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. They do an outstanding job highlighting student athletes, local schools, and the power of teamwork, shining a light on the hard work and dedication that is often overlooked. This partnership allows us to celebrate not just wins on the field, but character and leadership along the way. At the end of the day, it's about investing in our youth, strengthening our communities, and carrying forward Maryland's spirit of giving. To learn more about the Maryland Chapman Memorial Fund and the events we support, find us on Facebook by searching Maryland Chapman Memorial Fund. Go Blue Jays.
Value is not just a price. When you buy something for your home, it's an investment. Knowing that you're getting a great deal and service after the sale is priceless. At Woods Household, we only carry quality products for your home at competitive prices. Furniture that is attractive and durable. Comfortable mattresses that last for years. Flooring that stands up to wear and tear. These are all products that last by trusted name brands like FlexSteel, Serta, Whirlpool, and many more. So shop the Woods way.
Mumford Oil and Gas Supply is your one-stop shop for top quality products and procurement in the Michigan oil and gas industry. With over 45 years of experience and a strong commitment to customer satisfaction, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply delivers the best solutions for your oil and gas production, drilling, and service needs. If you need it, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply can get it. Visit them on Fancher today or give them a call at 989-317-8582. Malley Construction in Mount Pleasant are experts in residential and commercial construction. From poured walls, flat work, pipe work, and road work, Malley Construction does it all. And they are Michigan Department of Transportation pre-qualified. Malley Construction is family-owned and a proud supporter of local high school sports. Bryce Updegraff with Pregame Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates thanks the coaches and officials who put in the time to help student athletes achieve their dreams and goals. For all of your real estate needs, the Bryce is right with Bryce Updegraff. With Pregame Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, 989-620-6595. The Diner, where homemade favorites come to life every day for breakfast and lunch. From fluffy pancakes to savory sandwiches, The Diner has your cravings covered. Discover the perfect blend of comfort food and camaraderie at The Diner. Join them every Friday night till 7 for their famous fish fry. The Diner on North Mission, Mount Pleasant. Hiring a cleaning service doesn't mean you're lazy. Martinez Cleaning knows it means you value your time and want to come home and relax and not worry about the mess. Martinez Cleaning allows you to do just that. Come home and relax to a nice clean home. Schedule your appointment and learn more by visiting Martinez Cleaning on Facebook or call today at 989-289-8615.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back to that action on this Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Our final in this one, 8-3. The Clare Pioneers victorious over the Shepherd Blue Jays. An absolutely fantastic performance from Blake Sian in this one as he goes complete game, only giving up the 3 runs to this really, really good Shepherd Blue Jay offense, and only gave up the 3 in the 6th innings. He went in the 6th inning, pardon me. He had 6 clean innings against this really, really good Shepherd Blue Jay lineup. So when you think about the Zade Bachelder Baller of the game, brought to you by our friends at Wieferich Financial, it's got to be Mr. Blake Sian. If you want to be a baller, get your money with Brian Wieferich and Wieferich Financial, and they will get you rolling to be a baller, just like my main man, Zade Bachelder. Sian was also pretty solid at the dish as well. On the day, he had a walk, an infield single, a single, and a run scored. So in the Spockman box score, I've got him as 2 for 3 at the plate with 2 runs scored, and he also struck out 7 on the mound as well and held down the Shepherd Blue lineup for 6 of 7 innings and was just absolutely fantastic. And he just has this casual look out there on the mound of, yep, I'm just out here hanging out, throwing some pitches. He just casual look, and then all of a sudden he's firing 85 at you with some great movement, and you're very off balance as a hitter. Again, this very similar situation I see with a guy like Braxton Bukovich at the plate. And when you look at his batting stance, he just looks like he's up there to come, you can throw me 3 pitches and I'll get out. I'm just here to play. But then you throw him a pitch and he smacks it 355 feet to center field. Kind of what Blake Sian reminded me of on the bump here today. Just looked very casual out there.
But then it was business time every time he threw a pitch, and he made it happen. Our Zade Bachelder Baller of the game, brought to you by Wieferich Financial, Mr. Blake Sian, unbelievable on the bump. Our Bills Custom Fabrication of the game, tip of the cap to the Jacoby Polzin home run. We'll talk about that in our J&J Auto Collision Report. But Dane Alexander set the tone in the very first at-bat of this game against star pitcher Caden Yunker, as he went 11 or 12 pitches before he singled, then stole second base, moved up to third on a pop-out from Andrew Moreno, and then was brought in on, well, I've got it as an RBI single from Parker Smith, but it was an error out in the field. And so pretty much after the first batter with one out, you had a runner at third base ready to come in for the Clare Pioneers and Dane Alexander. That just kind of set the tone for the rest of the lineup, and everybody followed his cue and was just absolutely aggressive at the plate and attacked. And a couple of errors out there in the field as well for the Blue Jays that they need to clean up. 8-3 our final here in this one. These two are going to play another one. Your boy is heading out, as you know, I only call it the one game, but J&J Auto Collision Report, Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber of the game, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply Drill of the game. Gotta go to Jacoby Polzin as he hammered one out in between the 343 and 354 mark for a 2-run home run for the Blue Jays in the top of the 6th inning. It is just crushed on a rope. The line drive home run that you see in the pros right there is kind of what Jacoby Polzin did. Just an absolute blast out of right center field. Again, we'll tie that with the Bills Custom Fabrication of the game as the first at-bat with Dane Alexander. But 8-3 our final here. The Clare Pioneers taking out the Shepherd Blue Jays. Our Wieferich Financial, Zade Bachelder Baller of the game, Blake Sian, who was absolutely unbelievable on the bump for the Clare Pioneers, only giving up 3 runs through 7 to this really, really strong Shepherd Blue Jay lineup. Our final, 8-3, Clare a winner over the Shepherd Blue Jays. Be back on the airwaves tomorrow with softball action. Beale City taking on Marion at home. And we're off Wednesday. Thursday, still got to get approval from Jason McIntyre, but I think we'll be at Mount Pleasant Ted McIntyre Field for some softball action as the Mount Pleasant Oiler girls host Alpena. And then Friday, the plan is to be in McBain for Beale City McBain baseball with the Highland Conference Championship on the line. Chris Bachman signing off for now on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Our final, the Clare Pioneers are victorious over the Shepherd Blue Jays 8-3. Our Barbary Law Studios coming to you live today from Konwinski Construction. Also a special big shout out to the 2 Clare Pioneer sponsors that I've got here. Wieferich Financial, or 3, I guess. Wieferich Financial's fam is up here. Our friends at Almost Up North and Stitches for Britches and Woods Household Appliance, our pregame show sponsor. Our final, 8-3, the Clare Pioneers over the Shepherd Blue Jays. Chris Bachman sign off till tomorrow afternoon. We'll be back in Beale City with our Barbary Law Studios as the Aggies take on Manton. High school baseball action today, high school softball